Good morning, YouTube. How's everybody doing? As you can see, I don't feel that great. I had a horrible night. I woke up late. I had to go to the doctor's. I didn't want to miss him because I was taking clonidine. Also, I thought it was clonidine, and it's not clonidine. It's fucking... I don't know what the fuck it is, but I know I ran out of clonidine. That's why it wasn't working, because I ran out of the real klonopins. He told me, was I taking my klonopin? I was like, no, I didn't like the way it made me feel. He said, but you've been taking it for years. I said, no, I haven't. I never took klonopin before. He said, Miss Martinez, you've been taking klonopin for 3 years. I'm like, no, I haven't. I said, when I took that Celexa and that klonopin, that 1 milligram, I took 2 of them, and that shit fucked me up. He said, you've been on klonopin forever. Like 4 years. I didn't know it. Well, apparently, it wasn't clonidine. He said he never gave me clonidine. Here I am thinking all this time I'm taking clonidine, and I'm not. I was taking klonopin. Well, I said it's good for withdrawals. He said, no. Clonidine is a blood pressure pill. But some people say it does help with withdrawals, and I believe it. I don't know how I got it. It could have been from my other doctor. I don't know. I believe I was on it. I just forgot. And when I took it that last time with the Celexa, I didn't like the way it made me feel. So I told you I was kicking kratom, and I'm on my 14th day, and I didn't understand why I was feeling worse and worse and worse and worse. Kind of find out, I'm kicking klonopin. I'm withdrawing from klonopin. And he told me, how could you do that? I said, I'm not on klonopin. Okay, guys, give me 5 seconds. I'll be right back. Sorry, I am not an editor. Don't know shit about editing. Don't care about editing. Like I was saying, I noticed 2 different colors because I take my pills, I put them all in one jar. And I thought usually they send sometimes generics or sometimes regular, I don't know, whatever the fucking insurance calls for. So I noticed I ran out of these certain ones. And ever since I stopped using those certain ones, now I could understand why I was feeling the way I was feeling. It was very unsettling. And the last month he described me at 1 milligram. Now I'm looking at the bottle. He says takes half for the morning and half at night. So one is 5 milligrams and one is 1 milligram twice a day. That's 2 milligrams. Now it's up to 5 milligrams. I'm just going to go ahead and take the whole 5. So I don't know what I've been taking. But I noticed that I told you guys it wasn't working for me for a while. Why? Because I wasn't taking it. I was taking the wrong medication. I ran out of the klonopin. Thought I was on clonidine. I think my doctor gives me that, but I haven't seen her in like 3 months, and now my next thing is not for another 3 months. So I don't know what the klonopin is going to do to me. He said what the klonopin will do to you is will take you out of those withdrawals that you're going through right now. It's because you haven't been taking your klonopin. I am so upset because I never knew I was on klonopin. My head is so fucked up. I didn't know. So I would have said no from the beginning. He said those feelings are not going to go away until you properly detox from it. And the last 3 days, I even went to the doctor because I felt so fucking ill. The last time I felt it was working for me, but it was the klonopin, so I don't think it was the kratom anymore. I think the kratom was out of my system. It was the fucking Suboxone I was withdrawing. Not to the Suboxone, the klonopin I was withdrawing from. Because I kept saying I'm going backwards instead of going forward. It was the fucking klonopin. And he said, you want me to show you proof? And he showed me the proof for the last 3 years I've been taking klonopin. I didn't fucking know that. I mean, I just take what he gives me. I told him I didn't want the Celexa because when I mixed the Celexa with the 2 milligrams of the klonopin, which I shouldn't have done that, one was for day, one was for night, I was so fucked up and delirious in here, I didn't know what the fuck was going on. So they scared me and I didn't take them. So ever since then, I've been sick. And what I have in my bottles here are not klonopins. I don't know what the fuck. Klonopins. I don't know what the fuck they are. I just don't know. He said, whatever it is you're taking, you're not taking it. You're not taking on clonidine. And he still says clonidine don't help with withdrawals, but it does. He said that shit was all in your mind. Okay, Dr. Parson, you're the fucking psych. Really, you're a fucking psycho if you ask me. So he said what I did was I abruptly stopped the klonopin and that I couldn't do that. Hearing all these stories, I told him I decided not to be on benzos. He said, but you've been on klonopin forever. I said, what? I said, yeah. I said, I think I'm kindling. You know what that is? He said, I know what that is. I said, I tried clonidine. He said, you ain't get that from me. Where you been getting clonidine from? He said, in your mind, you probably thought it was clonidine, but it wasn't. It was a klonopin. But I guess it lost its zest for the 1 milligram because of all the detox that I was going to. It helped with the withdrawals, but not as much. What I was going through was a withdrawal from the Suboxone. And then when I abruptly stopped, I was taking whatever I had left of the klonopin, which I didn't know was klonopin. So that was okay. But I still was going through the withdrawal of the Suboxone. But he said, what I'm going through is the withdrawal from the klonopin. Because I told you it was making me feel better and I wasn't getting that sick. Of course I wasn't because I was on klonopin. He gave me 5 milligrams now. He said take half in the morning and half at night. I can't do that while I'm working. I took the whole 5. But when I took those 1 milligrams, they hit me like in 15 minutes. I was fucked up. And that was from the Celexa. It's too much. I told him, it's just SSRI. I don't want anything to do with that. He said, what, Clonidine is a benzo, you've been on it for 4 years. What a fucking shocker. I feel so bad this morning. I dragged myself. I didn't even comb my hair. I dragged myself out here. There was no way I could wait for the weekend because I kind of felt that I wasn't on the right medication. Possibility is I could have been finished with the kratom and was just withdrawing from the klonopin. Because sometimes I would tell you guys I feel better. And it was because I was withdrawing from the fucking, oh boy. He said, but you've been on such a low dosage. So I can't say it was helping me with the withdrawal. The withdrawal was the withdrawal from the Suboxone. It is what it is. And the kratom helped me with that. Klonopin had nothing to do with it. He said, now if I take the Klonopin, it will take the withdrawals that I'm going through away because the withdrawals that I'm going through is from the Klonopin. I don't know what the fuck I was taking there. Oh, guys, that's the last thing I wanted to be on, but I just couldn't continue this feeling I was going through. I hope this fucking works. If it does, that means that he's a doctor. He's telling me, I said, do you know anything about kindling? He said, yes, I do. I said, I felt like that fucking Klonopin and the opiates mixed together kindled me. He said, I don't understand. Why would he do that? You're on Klonopin. I said, no, I'm not. I didn't like the way that shit made me feel that day. He said it could have been a combination of Celexa. You always been on Klonopin. No, I'm on Clonidine. He said, no, you're not. You're not been getting it from me. Well, what I thought was Clonidine was Klonopin. Oh, my God. So in my mind, psyched me out so bad that it was helping me. But it wasn't that was helping me. It was the kratom that was helping me. But even after I finished the whole Suboxone and went through the pause and everything, the addiction of the kratom came. I had Klonopin. It was working. But it was working for the withdrawals. The Klonopin, the kratom had its own withdrawal itself. But like my group said, it shouldn't take you so long to be detoxing. You should be feeling well the third day, the third week. Everything should be uphill. Well, folks, it was downhill for me. And it's been like that for a week since last Sunday. I don't feel that very well, but I felt like, let me get on and tell these people what my mix-up was. Like, he said, you've been taking it. He showed me my records from the day one. He said, look, Klonopin, 1 milligram, 1 milligram. He said, you've been on it for a long time. Why would it do that to you? He said, it could have been to make sure the Celexa, and then you took 2. Why would you take 2? I said, I felt like just getting it all. He said, 1 is for the night, 1 is for the day. So I said, I'll just take 1. So he gave me 5 milligrams. I cut it in half. Fuck that. I took the whole 5 milligrams. The way I feel. But I'm not mixing it with anything else, so it shouldn't hit me that bad. But guys, he said it might take a couple of days. I don't think so because that day it hit me pretty fast. Could have been the Celexa. I don't know. So there is nothing really. I asked him, is there anything you can give me? He said, no. You have to get wined off for that. And he says, your anxiety, you're all over the place. I couldn't sit still. My body was like, I said, I'm withdrawing. He's like, no, you're withdrawing from the klonopin. You haven't been taking it in like 2 weeks. So maybe the kratom is over. I don't know. I said, so if I take this klonopin, will the withdrawals go away? He said, most definite. You just stopped. You can't stop like that. You have to go back on it. So I came home, broke a half. One is 5 milligrams. I'm just going to take, I took the whole 5 milligrams. I said, fuck it. I just got back from the doctor's, but I ran there, brushed my teeth, threw on a pair of jeans because I knew I couldn't pass the weekend without nothing. And all that time I had the medication, but I couldn't put it together. That what I was taking was something else. I don't know. I kept saying, Mom, these pills look different from the other ones. But I thought they were the same thing, but they weren't. But I did notice a difference when I was on the klonopin. That's why I said we'll take the withdrawals. And he said it will take the withdrawals away from you not having a klonopin. Yes, that's what you're going through right now. The Suboxone, you're not going through that. You've been 100 and what, 10, 11, 12 days? That shit is over with. I said the pulse is gone too. He said so. I didn't tell him about the kratom. I'm on my 15th day of the kratom. So maybe another week of that shit. I don't know. But maybe the fucking clonidine will help with the withdrawal that I'm really, really going through is the clonidine. And a little mixture of the kratom. But I'm sure if I take this clonopin the right way, it'll stop the anxiousness and all that other bullshit that's fucking been fucking nagging at me. Tell you, I feel like I've been run over by a Mack truck. I didn't know I was on that. How could I be so stupid? I want to cry, but I'm so emotionless. I don't have no emotion in me. I just don't have it in me. Maybe in a half hour I'll feel better. Because I started with the 5 milligrams. Here goes klonopin, clonazepam, 1 milligram. These are the first ones he gave me. That's why I recognized them. I said, this looks like the ones I've been taking. When I showed him the blue ones, he said, I don't recognize that. I don't even know what you're taking. I feel so foolish. But I knew that something else was going on. The constant headaches, the lingering of the fucking withdrawals. And then all of a sudden, out of nowhere, I couldn't sleep. Because I was going into my 3rd week without the klonopin. Then the sleeping started fucking me up. I didn't hardly sleep last night. So a couple of nights, I didn't hardly sleep. That's when I said, yo, this is a whole different withdrawal. This cannot be it. Because when I was doing the first 11 days of the kratom, I was sleeping. And then all of a sudden that shit hit me where I couldn't sleep. I was like, what the fuck is this shit? And I'm talking the whole night, practically watching the clock. That never happened to me while I was detoxing from the kratom. And then he told me, you're not detoxing from that. You're detoxing from the klonopin. You really haven't had it in your system for a while. Go figure. He said, you should feel better. I'm not saying in a couple of days. You could probably feel better later on by the end of the day. It doesn't take long for the klonopin to hit me, though. Or could it have been that the 1 milligram was just not working anymore for me? I was taking 2, so that's only 2 milligrams. So now he gave me 5, but he told me to cut it in half. Take half in the morning and half at night. So, I'm glad I went today, even though I was on the fucking train. Felt like I was fucking, for real. I have fucking suicidal tendencies, but they weren't for me. They were for somebody else. Like, I wanted to shoot people. Fuck. Like, murder people. Like, I just kept looking at people wanting to choke them and bite their necks. And, I was going through strange fucking shit. I was like, no, something is wrong. I shouldn't be fucking thinking fucking horrific things like that. When I got around people like today, it was like really bad. I was like, what the fuck? I was looking at people like I wanted to choke them. Like really like beat them and stuff. I never felt like that before. And it wasn't to hurt myself. I wanted to hurt others. Like I was really thinking about some gruesome, awesome things to do to humans on the fucking train. I couldn't wait to get to the doctor. And I told him, listen, I'm having horrific fucking feelings towards other people. But I gotta be careful what I say. I don't want to feel like I wanted to hurt somebody, but that's how I felt on the train. Like I wanted to hurt somebody. Like I wanted to take them and bite their fucking throat off. Who thinks like that? I never thought like that. Like wishing I had a gun and blow everybody up. Even my psychiatrist. I told him, I had real bad fucking tendencies, like thoughts in my mind that shouldn't have been there. So you've been off for 3 weeks almost. Going on a month. You can't just get off of it like that. You got off of it abruptly, like you ran out of it, but you shouldn't have ran out of it. I gave you some of it. When I felt that bad feeling, I stopped it. He said it could have been the combination of Celexa, and then you took 2. Took too much. Oh, thanks for sharing. I never want to feel like that again. But I'm off of the Suboxone. And the kratom, I don't know where I'm at right now with that. But I know I was tossing and turning like I was withdrawing. And they were saying it's impossible. Tops 3 weeks. Today's 15 days. Like 21 days a month, you still can't be, I don't think you should be going through that. And instead of getting better, I was getting fucking worse. I said, now it's going into the day. Into the day, I was withdrawing. And the klonopin was helping during the day, but I didn't have any more. I was taking some other bullshit that I thought was klonopin. Oh, I think the one that's giving me the klonopin is the doctor. I'm not sure. Thank you. But I'm glad I went. He said that's why the headaches are there. That's why they didn't find nothing in your blood. Because you're withdrawing from the klonopin. I'm going to have to stay on them for a little while. maybe try next year to see if I can get them start whining off of it. That's another fucking luxury that I don't, not even a luxury, something I don't want to go through. But he said I was on a very low dosage. I shouldn't be listening to those videos. Everybody's the same. People are cutting, doing what they want to do. And it's not like that. He said klonopin is pretty easy to get off, but you got to do it the right way. You just can't just stop it abruptly like that because you're going to go through it. Well, thanks for sharing that, but I've been going 3 weeks like this. Like, besides the kratom, yeah, but it started slowly and then just got worse and worse. I'm like, what the fuck is going on? Why am I getting worse instead of better? That's because the last klonopin I was having in my body, the last till it went to 0, and that's when the fucking bomb hit. That's when I couldn't sleep. I just wanted to share that with you. I want everybody to have a good day. I'm going to have me another cup of coffee and try to just put my head down and see if this thing take its course. See where I'm at with that. I hope everybody has a good day. I'll talk to you later.